Okay everybody, this is the Balloon Bandit with Amusement with a Twist. Today we're going to be creating Peppa Pig. We're going to do the body and then work up to the head because in order to do the Peppa the Pig the way I want to do it, I have to have extra pieces in order to create the ears and the muzzle. So we're going to start with the feet, just basic feet like any other design. It's the pedal twist followed by the ear twist. Break it off. You might have to chirp it out depending on how much air you put in it. Mine is usually 5 to 7 fingers off the nipple. And then we have one foot. Basically trying to keep it in the camera. And then we want to create another foot. I use hand size pedal twist. As you can see, it fits perfectly in my hand. Then I do my ear twists. They're about inch and a half bubble. And then I don't need any of the rest of the black. This design only has black for the shoes. So, okay, with that said, and if I pull up my other shoe, they're not the same size. I try to get them as close as possible, but sometimes they just aren't. Okay. Next, I needed red, and this is her dress. I was playing with it the other day to see like which way would be the easiest way to do it. So we're gonna start with 2 open hand bubble, followed by an ear twist, followed by lock twist. So we're laying it back on itself with a lock twist, followed by an ear twist. Then what I want to do is I basically want to make a smaller bubble so that this like kind of pulls in on itself because I want the dress to expand out. So I'm going to probably go about 2 hand size bubble. But right here in the middle, where the 2 hand sizes, we're going to go 1. We're going to put an ear twist. And we're going to put an ear twist. And then we're going to follow that up with a hand size bubble. And then we're going to tie it to the other side. Okay. Break off the extra, you don't need that. Okay, so you'll have what looks like a hat type shape going on. Okay, you don't have to put this piece on first. I do because it's just the type of design I want or how my designs work. Okay. So basically I want to like stretch it out. I'm going to go approximately open hand size bubble. And then I'm going to check it because basically I want it to be her legs. So I need it to protrude out of the bottom of her dress. So if you're looking at it and you want her legs to be longer or shorter, you can do it that way. And we're going to tie it right here to the ear twist. Just roll it around and it'll go in just nice. Go one more time around and then back out to the bottom. So, set your legs together. Kind of try and make sure when you're aligning your bubbles on the bottom that you're aligning your dress on the top too, so that they're even. And then voila. And you want to save this bubble because it's used later in the video. So you'll have this extra piece here. Just stick it to the side. Okay, tie off your leg. Okay. Next, you want to put your shoes on. No sense in just leaving. Oh. I have way too much fun sometimes. No sense in leaving her feet just laying around, so we'll create another foot later because I have to go get another black. I didn't have another black to do this. So that would be her shoes. This is the bottom of her dress. So next we want to build on that. Just like with one of the SpongeBob ones, we're going to do a stack type weave design. You're going to want to go about 7 to 10 off the nipple, because you're going to do a lot of twisting and stuff with these. So it's going to stretch them out. You'll want like 2 of them, because for each one on either side, and constantly weaving it up into create the dress. So we're going to tie one on, and then in order to make this balloon tight, we want to roll this around the opposite direction so that it's really, really pulled tight to our design. Next, we want to make a really, really, really small bubble. It doesn't have to be big. It can be, even if you let out all the air, just something to bring the next piece on. Then you want to go ear twist. Okay. Then you got to tie your other side on, because you're going to build off of these 2 bubbles going back and forth together. And make sure you go the right direction when trying to make it tight. Okay. Then we're going to make a really, really small bubble. Then we're going to make an ear twist. Yep, that ear twist should be a little bigger. There we go. Sorry if I'm going out of the camera view. I can't really see it while I'm trying to look at it. Okay, now on this layer, what you want to do is you want to make this bubble smaller than the previous bubble. So usually what I do is I pull it in just a hair on the side. I'm trying to show you how they stack 1 to 2. Bring it in just a little, and then you want to make sure that you cut it short just a little. And then you'll wrap it right around that ear twist that you just created. And then you'll take the other side bubble, the one that you haven't been playing with, and you'll run it back the opposite direction. But you'll want to make sure that it's the same size as the bubble you just created. As you can see, this piece is not where it's supposed to be at the moment, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you follow in the directions, and it'll be right where it's supposed to be. Okay. So that went like that, and you should have what looks like a decent sized bubble. Okay. Then take her legs. As you can see, I'm pushing up with my fingers, pushing her legs up inside her dress, so that my sides come down. You might have to play with her a little bit. She may be a little stubborn at first. Okay. If your bubble is rolling down on the front, you would just move it on to the side of the ear, move the ear twist so that they're facing in a downward motion, and that'll bring it back up. So it looks like it's a semi-closed dress. Okay. Make sure that you're on top of your ear twists, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that same step. Small bubble, ear twist, small bubble, ear twist, or small bubble, ear twist, smaller bubble, then tie it, and so on. And I'm going to continue on. Okay, so we're going to go small bubble, small bubble, ear twist. And again, like I said, the object is to make it shorter than the previous bubble. And create an ear twist, which you don't have to create it on that one. You could have created it on this one. So now I got to make a small bubble, and then I got to tie my ear twist. Okay. Then I'm going to take my next bubble, and I want to make it the same size as the previous bubble. So we have another right. Okay. And we're going to do it one more time. Small bubble, ear twist, and across. Small bubble. And the smaller the bubble is, the tighter the design can be. So you'll see my design has some that are smaller than others and bigger than others. And with this one, it should be, the hand size bubble should be what it needs. And we'll put an ear twist on this one, since this is where I'm at. And then over here, we'll go small bubble. And we'll tie it to our ear twist. And like I said, you can see I'm twisting my hand around. We're not trying to just force it around. We don't want to pop the ear twist. We don't want to pop the bubble. You just want to roll it around. And then with the last one, hand size bubble, you might want to squeeze it down just to give it a little softness. And then just wrap it to the other ear twist. And wrap, 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 wrap. Okay. Now you can see we have our dress, so we can break off the extras. And that's why you wrap it around 2-3 times, is on the off chance it pops close. There's no way to really get it back and try and tighten it up. So sometimes I get lucky, I get the extra, sometimes I don't. And that's why I do the 2-3 times around, on the off chance I can't tie the balloon. And I don't want to go back and try and fetch it out and recreate that whole piece all over again. So best to go 2-3 times around, just on the on general purposes. Okay, so we still need a shoe. We've got her dress. Now we need arms and her head. Let's put her over there. I got to put her in something safe. When not holding your balloons, find a safe place to put them. Usually I put them under my arm. Usually I can put them between my legs to hold on to them. But if you don't have something like that, one of those mesh net bags holds great for designs, so you can free your hands. Also, a bucket of some sort would work just fine. Okay, so this was a small bubble, small pedal twist, and now I'm doing an ear twist. This is just a basic hand, like I do on all my designs. You could use the minion hand, you could use the little green man hand. A hand is a hand is a hand. It just depends on the hand style you like. Okay, since this design, she doesn't have really, really long arms, I'm only going to go a hand-sized bubble, and then I'm going to break it off. And I want to save this because I need this for one part of my design. And you say, but you could have used the whole thing. Yeah, I could have, but that's not what I want to do. This is, you can make it any way you want. You don't have to do it the way I'm going to make it, but this is just to show you how to do it. Okay? So if you want to change it up, you can change it up. Okay, so I'm going to make another hand using another bubble or another balloon. These are Qualitex 260 balloons, so we're going to go small bubble. We're going to go pedal twist. Then we're going to go ear twist. Right here. And like I said, it's just a basic hand. Now I want to take this piece. I made a hand-sized bubble, and then I'm going to break it off. And like I said, I could have got another hand out of that. That's plenty of balloon to make another hand out of it. But I'm going to save it for something else I want to do. Okay. So now I got two hands. I got a dress. I got her legs, and I got one shoe. As you saw, my shoe decided to go bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to tie her arms onto the top of her dress, as this is Peppa Pig. If you look at the design, her arms are at the top of her dress. If you wanted, you can tie them down. You can bring them down one arm, you know, so it's not exactly at the top of the dress. Or you can make shoulder pads or whatever. I've seen so many different types. But I'm just going by what I looked at the picture. There are people who do it with heart balloons. There are people who do it with round balloons. You know, it's really going to come down to your style of how you do your balloons. So, with that said, as you can see, I positioned the the ear twist in order to get it to stay behind her arm so that her arm sticks in an outward motion forward. And again, you want to check your ear twist to make sure that it's concaving more towards the arm itself. So you can see I pressed it in to make sure that it's going in the direction of the arm.
Mommy, mommy, mommy.
Oh, she doesn't have a head yet. Okay, so like I said, we still have to fix the shoe, and we have to now create her head. Okay, and that's where these pieces come in. Due to Peppa Pig has a round nose and round ears, unless you want to do the pedal twist for the ears and pedal twist for the nose, you know, you can do it with that end of the balloon if you want, but my object was not to have the nipples showing on the design, so I need to go out the other end of the balloon. Okay, and her nose sticks out a little bit, so we're going to go a semi-open hand. As you can see, I got gaps between my big fingers versus closed, so I want to go semi-open hand for the nose because I got to go into the design and then come back out. And we're going to break that off. Okay. So this is her nose. Now I want the ears. I want them to be nice closed hands. As you can see, I'm trying to tuck it inside my hand because her ears, I don't want them to be overly big. So as you can see, I'm going to break that one off. And we'll tie it. Okay, so now this is one of her ears versus her nose. As you can see, it's bigger. Okay. And again, we just want to make sure it's tucked into our hand, nice and simple, and pop it off. Woo! I'm pretty good at popping balloons, ain't I? Okay, so now that I got 2 ears and 1 nose, we're going to tie our ears together. And, okay. So now we got our ears tied together, and we're ready to start the rest of her head. Okay. Found the cat. Does that count? Okay. As you can see, I'm going about 5, 6, maybe 7. I'm letting out some air because I know it's going to get a little tight once I get down here. I'm only making approximately 6 bubbles out of this, but sometimes it can get really, really tight. And I want to make it soft because I want to create multiple pieces out of it. Okay, so I'm going to start out. I'm going to go small bubble. Then I'm going to make an ear twist right here. Then I want to take this bubble and make an ear twist out of it. Okay, there are multiple ways of doing that. You could do the double ear twist or whatever. That works for some people. If you're a beginner, learning to do a double ear twist is not really hard. It just takes practice. Basically, you make 2 bubbles, you do a lock twist, then you take the nozzle and you pull it between the 2, and then while pulling it through, you twist 1 or 2 of the bubbles in opposite directions, and that creates the double ear twist. So, now what I want to do is I want to create her head. And her head is approximately, I want to say, an open hand-sized bubble. So, all the way out, as far as my hand can stretch. And then, this is going to be the top of her head. So, I want to put her ears in place. And you say, why do I want to put her ears in place? Because I don't like doing the bird body roll through. It makes no sense to me. I've done it, you know, I understand why it's like that. But it just makes it harder when I'm doing stuff. That's why I have this down here on this end too. It's because I don't want to have to do a roll through design. So then I would come back, since I put her ears in place, now I would do a lock twist. Then I come back up. Lock twist. And just run it through just one good time. Okay? And then bring it back down. As you can see, I should have blown this up a little more because I actually need one more bubble. So we're going to do a lock twist. And this one in here. Okay. I'm going to have to pop mine off. If you have more, you're going to go 5 bubbles up. So now I got that in place. Now I want to grab my other piece of balloon. This actually came from another design, so don't think that you lost me somewhere because I have an extra balloon that you don't. This actually came from the original head that I created just to make sure that I could do it before making this video. Like I said, this is a by request item for Peppa Pig. I had never made it before, so the question was, did I have a way to do it? Okay, so now what I want to do is, you might not have saw it. I pulled out on these and I pushed this one down into the design because I want to kind of make her head semi-round, and then I want to wrap it around her ears and then go through her ears just like so and pop it off. If you're doing it in a different way, you wouldn't have had to pop that off. You would have just used that piece to create her muzzle. As you can see, we have what looks like a bunny type thing going on, and it's all the way around, nice and round. We got a nice spot to tie her head to her body. Okay, now we're going to take her muzzle and we want to insert the muzzle inside the design. And you say, why do I want to insert the muzzle into the design before I get started? Because I want the tight part of the balloon on the back side of my design. So basically what I want to do is I want to tie this from the back side of my design and wrap it in nice and tight before I pull her nose all the way through the design. Well, I popped it. Oh, we had way too much fun with it. But you got the gist. Let me find the ends here so I can make another one. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny. It's so much fun trying to chase back the balloon to see it popped. No biggie. Okay, so bear with me a second and I'll go get another pink balloon and another black balloon so we can finish the design. Okay, got my balloons. Okay. And like I said, I gotta get it from one end of the balloon to the other. Some people can snap the balloon and get it to come out the other side. I don't usually have very much luck doing that way. Okay, so the object was, it was a semi-open hand bubble, about so. And it's having way too much fun with me. All my balloon wants to go to the other side. So I want to add some air. Okay, that should be it. Semi-open hand bubble. Okay. Okay. Instead of doing it the way I did it before, we're just going to tie it on to the design. Nice and tight. Tuck it in. Then we're going to take the balloon, wrap it one good time, and push it through the design. As you can see, I'm pulling out on the balloon and tucking it. Then the object is, you want her face to be in a semi-upward fashion. Okay, turn her ears. Okay, you should have what looks like Peppa the Pig head. Okay. I'll show you how to attach that momentarily. And yes, I probably could have used that piece of black that I had laying around, but let's just play it safe. Hand size double. That was a hand-sized pedal twist followed by an ear twist. Again, it's a foot. And yeah, I let that first balloon go, didn't I? So I couldn't even tell you where it went off to. Okay, so with that said, let's put her foot back on. And just roll her foot just a hair so that it's nice and tight, nice and tight. Okay, as you can see, we have her feet and her body. Now you want to attach her head. So, sure enough. There it is. That pink piece of scrap that you have, possibly from another piece, just wrap it to her neck bubble. Don't you love it when the design goes crazy? Okay. But that's it. Now I need to make that into an ear twist. Wrap it around the other ear twist. Turn them so that they're facing that way. And now with this piece here, you want to stick it into the top of the first, in the middle of the two. You're going to pull it apart, stick it in, and you're going to work it down to where that leg bubble is attached. So basically you're going to spread it apart until you can get it down. I'm trying to stay in the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I got to go one more set down and... Yep. Okay, as you can see, now I'm right at that ear twist. I want to pull the head down tight because I want to kind of keep her dressed nice and tight, but while pushing up on the leg bubble because I want the legs to stay up there too. And I'm just wrapping it right around that ear twist. I'm sorry if she keeps falling out of the screen. She's just a little too big for the camera. Okay. As you can see, it's right there. It's wrapped in there nice and tight. Now the object is you want to straighten her dress back out, so you need to push that bubble back up inside. Semi-roll it down style, like that. Okay. Roll your bottom bubbles up. Make sure that your ear twists are on the sides, so that it compensates for the rest. Voila! One Peppa Pig. Like I said, you could do the heart-shaped head if you want. It takes a little more effort to learn how to do raisins and stuff. Like I said, someone asked me if I did Peppa the Pig before. This is Peppa the Pig, my way. But again, you can do it any which way you want. Again, those are two ear twists up in there. Ear twist on the side, small bubbles, head bubble. Okay, so have a great one. This has been the Balloon Bandit with Amusement with a Twist. Enjoy.